Always be yourself with no malicious intentions when someone says you don't have potential and they're willing to blackmail you against you. You never have malicious intentions. Gang stalking is until it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. We all not the same, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. God was never for sale, and I say that respectfully. God was never for likes and views or clout chasing, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. To the genuine ones, regardless of who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey, you matter and you are worthy. Never dim your light, and I say that respectfully. Where do I start? Poetry all out. They said, how do you weather a storm when folks is projecting fear in you? Or because they couldn't relate to how you tied your shoe, understanding the light that God was being truthful to you. You never had hate in your vein regardless of the storm that you was willing to overcome. They will never be able to walk a day in your shoes. How God was truly choosing you. How God fixed your crown when the world wanted to see you down. It was never for likes and views and cloud chasing. The energy is different when God maintained your smile. When your neighbor was trying to throw sport right to left, no, they actually was. Something they couldn't relate to, being relatable, was staying in their lane. They projected jealousy, hate, and envy. It ran through their vein. They would never understand you to have to go tick for tack with somebody besides speak the truth. When they said that you was mentally ill, but hold on one second, you was truly stable. The energy is different. Happy tears hits different. Overcoming the storm when you have to get physical, do your neighbor wrong. They will never understand the elevation when it comes to growth, when it comes to actual maturing, acting your body weight, your shoe size. Didn't matter if you came from poverty and pain. It wasn't a fumble at the end of it because you wasn't living in fear. How you had chicks and dudes trying to gang stalk you right to left. They try to confuse your mental health, but who would have knew that God wasn't allowing you to lose you another day when it comes to your self-reflection, going within. Didn't matter your tax bracket at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. How the devil would try to knock on your door to try to discourage you right to left. Fear, what's that? When God already humbled you. What's fear? You already know how it feels to be on an empty stomach. How they try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially. Saying that you don't got potential, but you was never the issue because you was truly mentally strong, so they couldn't understand it was the goal, but then it's staying in their lane to understand their own growth. They wanted to dim your light, but who would have knew that God was making your day bright? That hands is different. Folks in the background throwing spoke right to left, but not one day that lied that God was allowing you to see why you value your time. That unconditional love is different. You truly being faithful to you. Even when folks said that you're not relatable. Because just because you wasn't relatable to them, the right people actually showed up for you to respect you. It wasn't a rejection. That was God's protection. Understand that, hold on one second. It was never competition. The energy is different when it comes to reflection. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential, and I say that respectfully. I'm not here genuine respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Loving yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. I love myself, I love myself. Dimming the light. They say practice makes perfect. A vision they can relate to, going with it, understand a vision that they can relate to. Wasn't trying to hate yourself. Do you ever know what it feels like to get discouraged? Having insecurity problems? Only to realize you had to weather that storm to understand to hold on 1 second, the growth starts within, to understand you can't do yourself wrong. Imagine looking in the mirror, you didn't see the beauty within you. Only realize it's alive within you. I am beautiful, I am handsome, I'm worthy. They didn't see my point of view. They didn't know how to respect me. Hold on 1 second. They thought I was supposed to dim my light when they couldn't pour into me, when I knew how to respect my neighbor to treat them right. I love this part of the day. It allows me to unwind and understand that living fair, because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline, how they gotta throw a sport right there, like what they said, I got malicious intentions, how I'm crazy, I'm slow, I'm stupid, I'm this, I'm that, I'm unworthy of having my voice to actually be an opinion. Nobody hears you, motherfucker. Excuse my French. I don't mean disrespect to my elders, and I say that respectfully. But shit, I ain't hurting nobody. I ain't out here committing crimes at the end of the day, psyching my neighbor out their free will. Stop the violence. That's all I preach at the end of the day, to keep it real. The hands is different. Don't matter if you're male or female. I don't agree with violence at the end of the day. I say that respectfully. They pick and choose who could talk about God, let alone spirituality. But hold on 1 second. Let's keep it real. Oh, I get it. Because I'm not talking about being doped up or whatever the case may be. I guess I'm not part of your tax bracket.
Don't ever trade off of me. I guess I'm not, and that's okay because I don't want to be.
You ever trusted somebody, regardless if you knew them or not, only to line you up, to psych you at your free will and come to your mental health? And until it's their household, they realize, hold on 1 second, I shouldn't have did that day. Because that could be my cousin, my loved one, my mother, my father, someone I truly love at the end of the day, because everybody don't love their moms and their pops. But it's someone that you actually love and pour into at the end of the day. Why would you do that to an innocent person who actually understood the faith that you can relate to, was going and actually heal? Didn't matter if you came from poverty and pain. It'd be a train of thought for me how folks see that you got potential, that you know how to hold the conversation at the end of the day. They try to do you wrong to project you to be mentally ill, unstable. Because they want to, tap into your devices, hack your devices. They want to hack into your narcotics or whatever the case may be, all along your food, you know, to paint you out to be the fool. You shouldn't have ate that day. You should have knew better, neighbor. How types of fools got away with this type of stuff for so long with their bad habits. Didn't matter they tax bracket. They said poverty and pain made me do it. But then when you going to come with common sense at the end of the day, be real. Because you wouldn't someone to hurt your neighbor, let alone your loved one. The one that you said that's not mentally ill.
It isn't straight up. I don't know what's wrong with them either.
People pick and choose who they want to kick down and see frown. They don't want someone to elevate, to outgrow them when it comes to God's purpose. We may not pray the same, but I ain't got hate in my vein. I saw intentions in you at the end of the day that you couldn't even see in yourself as growth. That energy is definitely ain't the same. I actually hope that you find yourself one day, but just stay in your lane. And I say that respectfully, projecting pain. My content's not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real until it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. Hey, butterfly. Another day. A journey. Did you decide to heal yet? It's a process, right? And not only is it a process, but unwinding your mind and realizing, hold on 1 second, time didn't lie. Because, putting that footwork in, actually understanding growth when it comes to maturing actually has different, acting your body weight. You wasn't trying to lose time and day. Healing childhood trauma was real. Hold on 1 second, bent out of shape. It goes into your adulthood, don't even know if you're coming or going. You're not even acting your body weight. When it comes to maturing, you acting your shoe size, trying to hide the pain, wearing a mask. They will never understand growth at the end that you talk about it all day long, how you grown. But you're still doing yourself wrong. How do you continue to hurt yourself with your own verbs at the end of the day, just to try to fit in when it comes to someone's tax bracket? Only rise a hold on 1 second. You still haven't healed to go with them. You said I'm at peace with myself, I ain't wearing a mask. I'm at peace with myself and I ain't wearing the mask, but goddamn the lies you told, speaking it loud. I don't realize you even know how to maintain your own smile. You wore a mask for so long, only rise the hold on 1 second. I don't want to be labeled mentally ill another day. I want to love me to understand unconditional love, but how do I choose me to go within if I ain't got the right love around me? Folks doing it for likes and views and cloud chasing. That energy is different when they see I truly got potential. I'm only hating myself for another day to understand my reflection. How can I choose me to understand I can dim my light? I'm talking about God all day long, but I don't know how to go with that. And that's how you feel when you look in the reflection of yourself at the end of the day, finding the mirror. Wow. You look in the mirror today. Do you not realize how beautiful you are? You lost yourself in that last chapter. The chapter before that chapter. The chapter before that chapter. And it was never for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. No. Because we all don't pray the same. You saying you're going within and speak to Yahweh and God and your heavenly mother and father, but hold on 1 second. You continue to tell lies. Because if you're actually healing to go within, you wouldn't continue to hurt yourself, and I say this respectfully, to be someone you're truly not. For likes and views and clout chasing or fame. Or let alone you would never look at your neighbor like competition to kick them down and discourage them to let alone dim their light. And especially when God's allowing them to change. The hinge is different. Didn't matter if you came from poverty or pain or not. No disrespect. Damn. When you all alone, you feel like a big baby, but then living in fear, they would never understand. Hold on 1 second. You just now self-reflecting. You telling everybody that you keeping it real at the end of the day, but you truly hurting. You may have a child or not. You may have folks around you that truly don't know how to respect you, let alone love you, let alone protect you. You think everybody's truly for you at the end of the day, but you continue to pour into the wrong cup. Only was hold on 1 second. How do I show up for me? To understand my own reflection. Hey, butterfly. You continue to blossom. What's blossom? How do I blossom? If I can't even understand my own love language, to be in existence. I say I love me, but I don't know how to pour into me. I say I'm worthy, but I keep overlooking me. Only if folks actually know how I truly feel. Only realize, hold on 1 second, neighbor, you usually keeping it real. Who, me? You saying, yeah. You're not happy with them. And it shows on the outside, folks looking at you like you're non-existent, but hold on 1 second, you only a reality to them. But within, you don't know how to heal. Because it's a reality every single day just showing up for yourself, just wearing a mask. It became the norm. Only realize, hold on 1 second. You're barely holding on. You're hurting yourself with your own verbs when it comes to your words. Childhood trauma truly got you bent out of shape. Yeah, they wasn't there to protect you, let alone love you, respect you. Yeah, you know that hug that you needed that day for someone to truly show up for you. You know that protection that you truly needed. Not the physical one, not the abusive one, not the verbal abuse one. Someone to actually acknowledge you. Not to project spell work on you. The one to actually acknowledge you. Not to do it for likes and views. Not the one that wasn't doing it for money. That's just different. You know, because you're not doing it for likes and views when it comes to this chapter of your life right now. Because you're healing childhood trauma that went into your adulthood. You always had to be the adult in the situation. And the kid within you forgot to heal. And you're just battling yourself every single day. Only by hold on 1 second. How do I maintain a smile if I can't show for myself? When folks just trying to keep me down. They don't know what I'm going through mentally. And I'm tired of hurting myself another day. Where's the people that truly for me? I'm talking about God, but I haven't showed up for me yet. I'm talking about God at the end of the day, whole day long. But why I keep hurting myself over words? And only feel out hold on 1 second. Because God truly hear me. That's how you truly feel, neighbor. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Love is real, love is one of a kind. The unconditional love allows you to go within. Hey, butterfly. This chapter, if you're really mentally ready and willing, just know it's not a race or a competition. Because healing those wounds is truly deep. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. They will never understand your vision, how you relate to self. Not losing to another day. Childhood trauma is not going to be easy to relate to, especially going into your adulthood. Something that you're willing to get used to. You know, like in your body, around your shoe size. The energy is different, how God didn't tell a lie. You finally realize that God didn't overlook you. Yeah, we may not pray the same, but you didn't have to get physical. You understand self-control today, understanding discipline, hold on 1 second. Your reality starts to kick in, that you are worthy, understanding your reflection, that you are loved and you are respected by all the right people that should be pouring into you, not to mistreat you or abuse you. You know, respect is a two-way street. They wasn't trying to shortchange you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. You know, those spirit at you with energy, harvest off your energy, all on destiny stripe, but your energy is different. Someone truly showing that you truly got potential. You man and you worthy, understand the patience of time and day, continue to blossom, butterfly. They will never understand how God didn't tell a lie when it comes to your existence. How God fixed your crown when he overlooked you. That beautiful smile started within only becomes fruitful. I'm not aging of respect, and my content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I say that respectfully, regardless to what next door neighbor is trying to blackmail me against me. I never sign up for nobody's one-time ass contract, and I say that respectfully. And I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, gang stalking is real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, you man, you're worthy. When God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect your intentions. It's never competition when it comes to elevation. It's never competition when it comes to healing trauma and pain. And they don't have hate in their vein, they act in their body with their shoe size. The energy is different because God didn't tell a lie. Y'all may not pray the same, but that elevation is different. Overcoming the storm, hold on 1 second, God was truly weathering. Allowing you to see why certain doors in your life was closing for all the right reasons. How you're passing living your reality today, understand your self-reflection, that you matter, you're worthy, to understand growth. Who would have known? The right people truly show up for you. And it was never for likes and views or cloud chasing, let alone fame. That ain't just different. We ain't the same. I'm not using no respect to my concept of everybody, and I say respectfully.
No, I haven't checked on you, God darn it. My concept is okay.
Always be yourself and no intentions. Today is currently July 9th, 2025. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding in regards to who's trying to rob me mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, or even trying to plot a hate crime towards me. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. You know, when someone threatens your life, that nobody's ever going to believe you when you're telling the truth, or they're going to have you shadow banned, or they're going to pay this person that tax bracket, whatever the case may be, just to blackmail you against you. Never gonna blame yourself, especially when you're not doing it for likes, views, or cloud, chasing or fame, because God was never for sale when you truly keep in the world. How you heavenly motherfucker God to remove their hands off you, even when folks try to get you out to put you in the sideboard, try to lie on your name, to discourage you at the end of the day, have your back against the wall, make you homeless at the end of the day. The unconditional love always started with that. Always be yourself. I don't game stalk people. I don't project spell work towards people. I do not energy harvest all people's energy, and I do not destiny cycle people. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no intentions. I am Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend, you mighty worthy. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Don't damn your like, oh, you never know them your like.
You ain't the trait that we got, darn it. My cousin, nobody's okay.
I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you. I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day for speaking my truth. I don't care if you gotta take a whole community to go up against me at the end of the day. I love me, and I'm far from crazy at the end of the day. Everybody has good and bad days at the end of the day. It's disgusting to see how someone will disrespect you, and then as soon as you speak up for yourself, you're dead ass wrong. One thing I never had to do was run from my past, because I made me the woman that I'm becoming today, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of coming from poverty and pain, we ain't the same. I knew how to respect my neighbor. I didn't have hate in my vein. Didn't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, disability, or age. And I don't play with spoken. I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone invites you to their table and they say that you don't have potential, but they're truly inspired by you, but they would never be able to approach you and actually respect you and give you credit when it's due. But God saw what you was doing behind closed doors. That respect with God lies different. That energy is different. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. We ain't the same. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm nice and respect. Loving yourself is not a crime. Protect your energy, protect your family, and stay out of trouble. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, say respect, your neighbor, stop the violence. You better run out them, you like, go, you never them, you like. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I would never reach out to you, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real. Folks hack my devices and more, and one thing I don't gotta do is lie, but they would try to pay me out to be mentally ill. It was never for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. Every community truly is not for you, and I say that respectfully. But I was far from a hater. I just know how to respect my neighbor. Thank you, thank you. 6 feet apart, 10 feet apart. Folks would swear up and down, you think you're better than somebody, but that was never the case when they try to humble you. Try to make you homeless. Those spoke at you. I don't live in fear, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening.